Thank you for tuning into the reading produced by Black Spectrum. Thank you for tuning into the reading produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance to learn how to work with your ancestors, or you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. We're going to go ahead and start shuffling the personality cards about the priestess Marie LaVeau. Okay, so I want to know what you all think about Marie LaVeau. From what I know about her, she was portrayed by Angela Bassett in American Horror Story Coven. I think this may have been the 3rd season of that particular series. There's a document there. You can find a documentary about her on. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. I think it may be a PBS documentary. I'm not that sure, but nevertheless, you can definitely check out some very interesting information about Marie LaVeau by, searching for a documentary about her. So we're going to go ahead and pull about, let's see, we're going to do, I hear the number 6. So we're going to pull 6 cards from Marie LaVeau. Okay, 5. And if we end up pulling 7, that's fine, because 7 is a good number too. All right, so I think this is about 6. So yeah, we pulled 6 cards. All right, so the first card that we get from Marie LaVeau is actually the card for the judge. And the card for the judge is speaking about her being very balanced and fair in her opinion. She may have had Libra energy in her astrology chart, but I'm saying that Marie LaVeau was someone who was incredibly intelligent, who knew the law very well, and she was someone who understood incense, but she was someone who understood spiritual law as a lawyer would understand the law of the world. So she was someone who was we know that she was a voodoo priestess, but with her getting the card for the judge, it speaks about her using her it speaks about her doing the priestess work as a form of community service to make sure that power was distributed evenly amongst people in the New Orleans community. And I'm also saying here that the judge card is saying that she attracted a lot of judgments and criticisms from the people that were around her. She was someone who helped many businessmen. She was someone who helped people with court cases, and she was someone who often would go into her. I guess you could say she would go down to the farm and, get her herbs and, her other minerals that she needed to perform her spiritual work for people that would be considered in society criminals. And then we get the card for the liberator. So the card for the liberator for Marie LaVeau is speaking about her having the ability to free herself from, outmoded beliefs. She was someone who was very liberal. She had a progressive mindset. I'm seeing that she was not someone who was feminist in that sense, but she was someone who practiced love of everyone. But I do see that she was also someone that was she has this aristocratic mindset about herself. So she thought herself to be upper class, but she was not someone that wanted that she hated discrimination, and she didn't and she enjoyed the fact that people liked her personality. She was someone that wanted to liberate the underclass and the underdogs. But she was also someone that, very much enjoyed lying with people that were rich. I get the card for the hero or the heroine, which is speaking about her being seen as, obviously being seen as a hero amongst those people that were in her community. I'm also saying here that she was a spokesperson for personal empowerment. So she had the attitude of an Iyanla Vanzant, where she was very much in your face, telling you like it is, telling you the truth about yourself, and people appreciated her honesty. But her honesty came with a sense of humor, and at the same time, she knew when to be honest. I see that people the people that were around her looked up to her, and the people that were afraid of her saw her as an antagonist or a villain. I get the card for the Father, which is speaking about her having a very deep connection to to masculine energy. The spirits that she worked with were very masculine energies, and I'm seeing the Father card is also speaking about her having the ability to mix and mingle with men from different communities, and these men were typically high status. They were very influential. These men could influence other men, and I'm saying that Marie LaVeau, she was someone that enjoyed being around people in positions of power, and she was also someone that wanted to influence those people in positions of power to doing what she wanted them to do. So she would do spell work on someone that was influential, and if she was hanging around them, they enjoyed her company, but they didn't know that she took a really nice bath, and she's the fragrance of her ashe was attracting them to her. They didn't know that. They didn't know that she may have had them in a sweetening jar, and they were very sweet on her. But she was someone that used her magic as to exert a dictatorial control over the men that she was around, because she wanted to be. She was like, I'm not going to be oppressed. I'm not the underdog. I don't want you to think that you're in control. You may think that you're really in control, but I'm the one who's in control. I control you. She wanted to be the father of fathers. I get the card for the servant, which is speaking about the mask that she wore. She delighted in serving others, and she did so free-heartedly, but she did that because she was really trying to mask her true intentions, which were to make a lot of money. And she was also trying to use her money to enjoy the nightlife. She used her money to travel when she could, and yes, I do see her traveling I see her traveling outside of New Orleans, but I don't see these being trips for vacation. I see these being trips where it's like, okay, you needed to come and perform a healing or do spiritual work. But I see her traveling mainly throughout southern states, but this being something like that's very, very privately known, that's very that's not well known amongst the people in, like, let's say for example, okay, not even for example, I'm going to into it. They're showing me her traveling to southern Georgia, and she's helping to heal someone, a white family. She's trying to perform. She's doing spiritual work on this particular family. I'm seeing the candles. I'm seeing the herbs burning. I'm seeing the baths. I'm seeing, and I'm seeing Marie LaVeau really helping this woman out of bed, helping her to almost. I want to say rise again. It's not a resurrection, but I'm seeing this woman getting out of bed. So the thing is that Marie LaVeau was spoken about as this this priestess that if you really want to get in contact with her, there's this Negro woman who knows something that she can fix it for you, sort of thing. And I'm seeing that this servant card is just saying that she served the community, but she did so because, part of it was for the power, was for the influence, was for the notoriety. And she did enjoy making money doing this work. Okay, the next card that I get is the card for the Exorcist. And this is a great card to talk about, because the card for the Exorcist is speaking about her being able to destroy the destructive impulses within other people, helping them to exercise out their inner demons. Because typically when one thing that people need to know is that we all walk around with a vibration. A vibration is a charge. Your charge attracts certain things to you. So she could literally change your spiritual vibration. And if you're going through a court case, you may be walking with a spiritual vibration that attracts mischievousness. It attracts surveillance from authorities or hyper surveillance from authorities. You walk around with an energy that may attract misfortune. And this misfortune lands you in court, and you unfortunately are offered a bad deal. But here it is that Marie LaVeau could exercise out the demons that would latch onto you. She could undo the witchcraft that was placed upon you and help you, and she could help you to get to your next victory. She had a very strong appetite for spiritual for overcoming spiritual obstacles. So someone will come to her with a problem, and it's almost like she'd lick her lips, like, okay, this is delicious. I'm really ready to get into this. I'm really going to make this happen for you. I'm going to fix this problem for you. And there was this air of mystery surrounding her. But with her being the exorcist, I am seeing her doing deep spiritual work for people, people, cleansing out houses. I'm seeing her also there was a very paranormal element to the spiritual work that she did, and those paranormal elements had her. Somebody would say, "Oh, there's a ghost in this house, or there's a spirit in this house. Please come and help me to get it out." And I saw her, and I'm seeing her doing the work to exorcise out malevolent energies and to bring in ones that would make a home prosperous and peaceful. Okay, so now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the reading on Marie LaVeau. So we're going to use the Thoth deck, and we're going to use the second edition of the Dust to Onyx deck as well. This is going to be my first time using it. Okay, so I'm going to use this Thoth deck. All right, Thoth deck, give it to me. The first question that I have is, does Marie LaVeau come from a line of witches? Because people typically are always asking, do I come from an ancestry where they practice magic? Were my ancestors practitioners of, Ifa? Did they worship or work with the Orisha? Typically, most people do have an ancestor that they may share that practice magic. And that ancestor could or could not be calling you to do the work. But at the same time, you can choose to be on the path, but once you open that door, you cannot close that door. So I need to let you all know that once you open that door, you cannot close the door. So that being said, we're going to get into Marie LaVeau and her witchcraft ancestry. I'm going to pull some cards for her. Pull 3 rows for Marie LaVeau. Okay, so what I'm saying from Marie LaVeau's ancestry is that she was taught this work through the men in her bloodline. It was the men in her the gift of prophecy and her strong intuition is through her mothers, but it's those men who knew how to who passed down the knowledge. Okay. I'm saying this is I'm saying that Marie LaVeau went through it. She died. She died and came back. I'm saying that there was a time where she feels like she either fainted, passed out, was in a coma, and she died, saw God, met God, and I'm saying that she was resistant towards doing spiritual work at first. And this is like in her, from like ages 8 to like 13, 14. I'm saying her not wanting to do it, but I do see there's this very powerful spiritual experience that she has that woke her up. But she had always been destined to do so. I'm saying that it was a man that told her, maybe a grandfather that told her that she was supposed to do this, or maybe it was a man in the community that did spiritual work that she knew about. But also I see that Marie LaVeau she came from a wealthy bloodline as well. Or and I don't know if there's a mystery surrounding who her father is, but I do get that her father practiced magic. But I see 2 men here. So one of them I'm not exactly sure if they're of the same they're not of the same energy. One of these men is her father. The other one is a godfather, because one man that I'm seeing here, the man that's the man that's the godfather, he taught her how to practice magic. And I'm seeing that she was better than him at it. And she outgrew him very quickly. I see that her father was very wealthy though. And very powerful in the community in the New Orleans community. I don't know if she knew her father. I don't know these things, but I am seeing two men there, so I can't say whether there were practitioners of witchcraft in her family, but let's see. Yeah, it's like the women in her family are supposed to be. The women in that bloodline are supposed to all be spiritual workers. Like they're either supposed to be priestesses or pastors. But yes, they're all supposed to be doing spiritual work. But at the same time, I see that Marie LaVeau had it. I'm not seeing all the women in the family doing spiritual work. The women in the family are very educated about it. They're very knowledgeable about the work, meaning they have a natural affinity for it. Okay, so the card is pretty much ending there about her family. It's pretty much the end there when it comes to like her family and her bloodline. This information seems like a lot of her the people no a lot of the men in her family are high priests, so they protected a lot of the secrets to who she is. I'm gonna pull from this deck again. Let me shuffle just these cards that I have in my hand to see what else I get, because this is different. I'm trying to show you all different little techniques that I use. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle just from what I picked up. Okay, show me what I need to know again. All right, so the father, that male figure father, yeah, he's very, very wealthy. And he's connected to. Okay, so the father is on the mother's side. Okay, so the godfather is on the mother's side. So her gift comes through her mother's side, but it's the man in her It's a man in her family that was the spiritual practitioner. Her father, however, her actual father is wealthy. He's very wealthy. He died. And the godfather took over. I think that was the near death experience, or the death, the death of her. Marie Laveau's father put her on a spiritual path, because I see her taking that pain and trying to transform it into something magical, but her also being extremely sad about how the relationship between. Yeah, all of that's on her mind. She's really sad. Like I see a lot of sadness in the cards now, because um, I think that she wanted for her father to see who. I think that she wanted to live with her father, and I'm getting that she wanted to live the life of a princess more so than she did a priestess. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna shuffle again. So now I want to know. Well, my next question was going to be who helped her to become skilled in voodoo and witchcraft, but let's see. How did this particular man? How did this man help her to become skilled in voodoo and witchcraft? Okay, we're going to pull from the middle of the deck. Okay, let's see the foundation. Okay, so they were in love. They were in love with one another, but it wasn't a sexual. It wasn't a sexual relationship. They were just really obsessed with each other's brains, the way that each other thought. Marie Laveau was a very smart woman. I'm saying that she has like this. She has the energy of someone who really could be a con artist, because she's a very smooth talker and she makes you feel like she can get anything done, but she actually gets those things done. It's like she under promises, oversells, and overperforms. Okay, under promises, oversells, overperforms, and those results have always are like amazing. But I'm also saying that with this guy or this man that was teaching her how to hold on for me 1 second, guys. I have a client. Okay, so I'm gonna say sorry. Sorry. If they're sorry about the jump cut. I had someone that a client that called me. So anyway, so I'm saying that they were obsessed with the way that each other's minds work, and they feel like and I see that they were soulmates in a past lifetime. She and this male, this male that's on her mom's side. I'm saying that he always knew that she was he knew that she was extremely talented because he was really gifted. But he also felt like she was they had differences of opinion when it came to money. And charging for money for the spiritual work that they did, because she made money outside. She made money in other ways than just doing spiritual work. And I'm also seeing that they had their relationship really did end. I see, I think once she outgrew him. She outgrew him, and she started to mix that a very secular lifestyle into the spiritual work that she was doing. So he felt like she was too of the world. So it's almost like it's almost like their relationship. It's almost like he has the man who taught her magic had the energy of someone who was pro voodoo and was like, you're gonna do voodoo, you have to do it this way, this is how you have to do it, and you're gonna go down here every Sunday and do this with me. He was very clingy. And I see that she enjoyed his company, and they thought very highly of each other. And he was very deep into the occult, had a surgeon's level of knowledge with magic, but I'm also saying that it just wasn't Marie LaVeau's style. Like, she was more of a socialite, so she was mixing. I don't want to say she wore her spirituality as a costume, but there was definitely she definitely played up she definitely played into people's fears of the work that she did. So if you were scared of her and thought she was a high priestess, she wasn't gonna say she wasn't, because she actually was, but still, and she was still gonna mix and mingle and drink. So So what types of healings did she normally perform for her clients? Okay. Oh, that's not something to talk about, I guess, because the cards are saying, yeah. What the cards are basically like. That's okay. So say okay. Okay. So what they're saying is that Marie LaVeau was a high priestess. They're saying that she was incredibly wise, very knowledgeable, and her knowledge came from at least three generations of magical knowledge. She was probably the fourth at the very least, and I'm saying that she spent a lot of time in solitude learning what she learned, and the types of healings that she performed. All that's very confidential. It's confidential information because she doesn't want that to get out about her clients. Her energy is protecting its reading, and she doesn't want that information to be shared for the public. The types of work, the types of spiritual work that she did, she actually wants it to be respected as a mystery. She wants people to she wants a little bit of skepticism about. She wants people to have a little bit of skepticism about the work that she did and who she is. Okay. I now want to know. did she teach her magical practices? And if so, what did she teach? Did she teach her magical practices? Sorry. I'm going to shuffle that again. The card for adjustment fell out. This is my first card. Did she teach her magical practices? No, she remained a student. She taught it. She taught it in the sense of she taught her clients how to do the work, such as, she's like, oh, you should do this. She didn't teach all of her secrets. She gave the watered down versions of her spells to people, because the knowledge that she had is knowledge that she would only pass down to her children or people that were extremely, extremely close to her. But I'm saying that she makes you pay for classes. Okay, she's coming up as a magician. She was highly sought after, but she was very attached to her magical work. She was someone that's like, no, this is my knowledge. This is what I know. And she wasn't, I don't want to say she was stingy, but she wasn't willing to share her information for free. Let's see here. Yeah, she was someone that felt like it was out of character to. She took an oath. Marie LaVeau was a priestess who took an oath, because that's what these cards are indicating. The card for the Ace of Cups, debauchery, the card for virtue, are talking about her. It's talking about her moral propriety and her needing to feeling like she needs to stand up right, and also her having a very deep connection to her spiritual practices. Even when I look at the cards in this way, it's like I see her not wanting to. She's someone who's like, she's like, I'll play with you, she's like, I'll crack jokes with you, I'll drink with you, all of that, but when it comes to my spirituality and my secrets, I don't play. She took it as seriously as how people take their membership in fraternities and sororities. Okay, I want you all to make sure that you check out the Dust to Onyx deck. Go to dust2onyx.com. DUST, the number 2, ONYX.com, and check out some of their work. I'm going to be using some of these cards to answer this next question. So if you've been reading Tapping the Power Within, then you're going to be familiar with the terms community ancestors and racial ancestors. Yes, I'm in the book club, which I'm going to start. I'm going to be talking about how to work with community ancestors and racial ancestors. So, but before we get there, I'm going to ask this question about Marie LaVeau. How does Marie LaVeau's energy as a community and racial ancestor help somebody with their own spiritual work, the foundation of it? Okay, so Marie LaVeau can help you with your spiritual work in terms of, yes, you can put her on your altar, because I get the 3 of staffs. So here is talking about the home. So you can use her work for you can ask Marie LaVeau to help you with travel work. You can ask her to help her to protect your home. You can ask her to help you to I'm seeing furniture and feng shui. So if you need the home to be luxurious, you need it to be more organized, you need money to finance the home, to finance a home. She's also her energy is also very useful when you are trying to acquire when I see that you're trying to acquire cheap furniture. So it's like if you're trying to negotiate, if you're going to a yard sale, work with Marie LaVeau's energy. Okay. Okay, we got the Ace of Gourds. So Marie LaVeau's energy is good for relationship work, particularly cleansing your head when you feel like you've been in a relationship that has fucked you up and given you a bad head. For those of you that have read Tapping the Power Within. The Ace of Gourds is also speaking about you being able to call upon Marie LaVeau's energy when you want to attract love to you, when you want to open up the crown chakra. It's also speaking about working with Marie LaVeau's energy when you want to get more in tune with your emotions as well. especially during meditation. Marie LaVeau's energy, she has the energy to transform your fortune. She can help bring you good luck in your life. I'm also saying that she can help you to choose. If you have too many ideas to choose from, you want to work with Marie LaVeau's energy, because she will tell you which idea is the one that's going to be the most profitable for you, and the one that's going to help you to is going to be the idea that's going to help you to find the happiness that you've been looking for. Let's put it that way. Another thing that I see here that Marie LaVeau's energy can help you with is when you are in deep meditation and you need to take a break from tumultuous situations or traumatic relationships. Marie LaVeau is I see that her energy can be accessed as a racial or community ancestor for healing work, spiritual baths. And I'm saying that one of the spiritual baths from this card that I'm saying that you can perform for yourself is one that is Epsom salt or sea salt, okay, and then Florida water, okay, agrimony, and then I want you to put a quartz crystal into that water, into that mixture, and then that's a general cleansing bath that you can use. Pour that over your head, and make sure that you take out the crystal before you pour that over your head. But yeah, call on Marie LaVeau's energy to help you with that, and then wrap your head in a white towel and keep it in that white towel for about 24 hours if you can, at the very least. And the final card that I'll pull for Marie LaVeau's energy is that she can help you with having children. And I'm also seeing she's really good with love work, love, fertility, making money, psychic awareness, boosting up your intuition, helping you to get a home, helping you to furnish your home, make it attractive. I see that her and I see that her energy is very powerful. Like it will be very apparent when Marie LaVeau is making things work in your life. All right. I want to thank you all for tuning into the reading produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance to learn how to work with your ancestors, or you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. Before I go, I leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I'm your reader, Nexo, and the truth is always collaborative. Thanks for watching.
Fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline.